Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M56 Scorpion. It's a Tier 7 American premium tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Himmelsdorf Encounter, and it's under the command of Htomptid. Now, this is a rather unusual little tank destroyer because it was part of the SPAT program, self-propelled anti-tank. They built 325 of them. They were supposed to be air mobile anti-tank weapons, which were, well, self-propelled and capable of taking out an enemy vehicle. The main gun is a 90mm low pressure main gun, capable of doing 240 alpha and penetrating 279mm of armor with standard ammo. You can see there the standard AP, and with the premium rounds, the heat rounds, it's capable of 275mm of pen. Now, it is very, very light vehicle, so it can be air transportable. And the thing is that it was so light that when they actually aimed it and fired it at the enemy, the vehicle would just leap into the air because the recoil, even on a low pressure 90mm, was just so great that the vehicle really couldn't take it. It only weighs 9 tons fully loaded. Okay, enemy tank suddenly stopped and he takes a round, and it's a high roll for 258. And you suddenly realise big mistake, because you see these things, they load fairly quickly. In fact, actually, the vehicle's quite small. And when it did leap into the air, and it did, really did leap into the air, the crew would normally be off it. The only person who'd be on the vehicle would be the gunner. And he'd be like riding a wild bronco, because the thing really did bucken about quite a lot as it leapt about. And so, yes, it was not desirable for the rest of the crew to be on the vehicle unless it was a joke or some bet or something that they were doing it for. Now, they built them between 1953 and 1959, and they delivered them in 1957. They were used in Vietnam, but they were actually replaced by the Sheridan after a while. It has a 6-cylinder, 6-litre engine, 403 cubic inches. And as I said, it's very light, and the loaded armor is 9 tons, or loaded weight 9 tons. Nice shot there on the Churchill 7. But the unloaded weight is only 7 tons, which means that this thing was very, very air transportable because it's incredibly light. It'll fit in most transport aircraft. The only problem is no armor. Absolutely, well, 1mm of armor. That's all it's got. Gets around through the side of the Tiger P, but it's a low roll. You only got 224. Yes, only 1mm armor on the vehicle. In fact, this vehicle stands only as tall as a regular human being, or a regular American, I should say, because most Americans are about 6 foot tall. And well, not all, but most of them are. And of course, he was. This thing was actually capable of. You could stand an American up against it, and he'd almost conceal it with his body. It's actually, it's very, very lightweight indeed. And as I said, 1mm of armor, very thin. Gets around in, quickly moves away. Now, if that guy's tempted to come around the corner, ow, he does pump around into us. Unfortunately, that was an 88mm round. Now, he's going to try and do the same again. We get another one, but unfortunately, again, that one missed. Okay. Now, it's actually basically the same project that they actually made several other vehicles using different armaments. And they actually used these other vehicles, like the Onto, which, of course, was basically the same vehicle but with recoilless rifles, 6 recoilless rifles, and he takes out the AT-2. Now again, it's basically part of the same project, a very light vehicle that could actually be used against the enemy, and he's killed the Tiger P, so he's got 2 kills now. Now this vehicle was actually sold to Spain. They took 5 of them. West Germany bought 1. Morocco bought 87 of them, would you believe it? And South Korea got 60 of them. Obviously, most of those were ex-US vehicles, which were then bought by the South Koreans to defend against any restart of the Korean War. Apparently the Moroccans used their M56s quite freely in... Oh, he just got the kill on the Striv 74, and he spotted a G-Row down the other end of the row as well. And that Fifi, that 105 Flip H18P2, pulled back pretty rapidly as he saw this appear. Because of course he knows just 2 shots and they're out the game. GW took a round in the tracks, but unfortunately it didn't inhibit him at all. And now we're in the cap area, or were for a moment. Did get spotted again. Okay, there's the Fifi. He's gone to the end of the garage so he can shoot at us. He can flick rounds over. And that was a nice shot into the gun shield for 234. Okay, we can see enemy tanks appearing. The GW are leaving the area because, of course, he knows the danger he's in. This thing's quite fast, 45 kilometers an hour, and it's also quite quick to traverse, mainly down to the fact that it's very lightweight. Now, that guy in the KV1, oh, lovely shot on the GW. He got the gun shield and took him out that way. Yeah, that KV1 was putting himself up on the edge to try and get shots at an angle, but it didn't work. He almost got himself shot in the process. Okay, Steel Waffenträger tried a sneaky one because he's very low, but doesn't work against this vehicle because it's also very low. As I said, it's only about the height of an American, an average American. So it's very sneaky. It's almost much more sneakier, you might say, than a Hetzer, because Hetzers are actually quite tall in comparison. You can basically, a person can hide underneath the weight of a Hetzer. Oh, good shot on the Super Hellcat. Gets a high roll for 251, but he needs the wreck in front of him to cover himself against that Super Hellcat. He's very low hit points. We don't want to get hit by the Super Hellcat if we can help it. And in fact, he's quickly moving away from this position, and he does so without getting hit, which is good. Now, is he going to cut across the field? Or, oh, no, I thought for a second he was going to use the ramp and shoot at the enemy from a good concealed position. But I don't think he can actually get shots on the enemy from there. But he can come up behind that Super Hellcat and give him a shock of his life. Because the Super Hellcat's on this row, and I don't think he's expecting us to come up behind. We won't get much of a time to do it. There he is. Hello. And he's at the game. Good shot. Okay, we did get spotted by the T1 Heavy though when we did that. Plus, of course, we got spotted by the Super Hellcat. Now might be a good idea. No, the T1 Heavy's going for the gap. Okay, wait for it. There you go. One into the side of the vehicle. Looked like he was trying to go for the engine bays. I think he's going to try and do the same again. Yes, he did get that one in. And he got a high roll again. 267. I think he's going to chase that T1 Heavy. He'd need at least 2 shots to take him down, though. Oh, careful. Yeah, that fountain. Ah, we took a round from a VK. Yeah, he's forcing us to get back into cover. He did fire another one at us, but... oh! Now, you didn't see that because, of course, he didn't have it on third-person camera. But he did actually almost flip this thing over, and it's very easy to flip an M56, mainly down to the fact that it's so lightweight. Now, the ammunition is actually, you can see there's racks at the bottom of the vehicle where they stored the ammunition. And I'm not sure where they stored the ammunition on the Onto. Oh, there's the Giro. He tried to fire at us, and we got a high roll into him for 252. We can possibly get another shot, but he might get a hit on us. No. He needs to be very careful, because the Giro did see him and shoot at him. So standard reload 7.48 seconds. He's got 630. Oh, he got another one on the Giro. Giro came forward, and when he did, he couldn't shoot because, of course, he'd got a blown reticule. And the enemy's capping, but that's not a worry. Oh, it is a worry now. They've got 2 in the cap. Okay, waiting on that corner. Giro's to our right, and he's trying to approach, I think, was he? No, he's staying on the corner. He's attacking the KV-1. Oh, he set the KV-1 alight. The Giro just set the KV-1, but the KV-1 just finished him off. But then the KV-1 himself has been finished off. And now, Htomptid is the last player on his team alive. And I think actually we were... I'm not sure if this is a Kolobanov or not. It might be. Well, there's still 4 enemies out there to kill. And, oh, there's the enemy PP. Now, locked on. That's it. Good shot. Now, there's going to be some enemy in the cap area. 3 of them. And they're 2 heavies and 1 medium. So he needs to be careful, because otherwise he might take a lot of damage. He's extending his range to the target to make it more difficult to see. And he's also using the Rex for cover. Okay, now... what can he do? From here, using the Rex for cover, go for the nearest vehicle. Puts that one through the side of the turret. That gets a reset. Can he do the same for the T1 Heavy? We've got a Top Gun already. If we do get these last 3, that would be a Radley's as well. No, you need to get an outline. Yes. Okay, I'd go for the KV-1, but he hit him once already. Oh, he did get that reset. Now, get the KV-1's rear. No, couldn't get a shot. Okay, he's going to the garage now, or the train sheds, as we should call them. Oh, and they're moving about a lot as well. They're trying to make sure that we don't know which one is the one that's actually capping. No, need to go around the corner. That's it. That's it. Now, take that one, T1 Heavy. Put around through the side of his turret. He's looking in the wrong direction. Nice kill. Okay, but it's only reset a little amount. We need to get a bit closer. Go to the end of the train sheds. No, he's decided to actually go outside the building. You will need to go closer. You have to do it soon. You've got 1 minute 30, I think. Yes, okay. This is right. Now, there's a wreck there. He went over the top of the wreck. Okay, he's using the heat rounds now because it's all he's got left. Okay. It's settled. No. He's decided to get a bit closer. Or is he going to go really close and try and shoot them at very close range? With the heat rounds, he should get maximum damage. Oh, there's the other KV-1. Yes! That's a reset, but it's left us on only 20 seconds left because that's 3 in the cap now. He needs to kill this guy. And he does. He gets the kill. 2-minute warning. Now, can we get a shot? The KV-1, the VK hit us. Now, we lost a few hit points there. And again, it's a 75mm gun. We can hit his corner, but we need to be fully dialed in. Low pressure guns tend to be a little more inaccurate. And he's using that 75mm, but we got a reset. And that's a full reset. There's only 1 left in the cap now. In fact, the VK is the last enemy. When we killed the KV-1, we earned the Radley Walters. So it's just the VK now to win the game. It is a difficult little tank to play, this one, because it's so light. So it overcorrects, really, when you're going into aim to the enemy. If you try to traverse, sometimes it over-traverses and you have to pull it back. Well, we're into the last minute, so it's going to have to be decided of the next attack on that VK. Now, what is that VK doing? Is he coming after us? He probably feels fairly confident. We're down to just 57 hit points. He was at the other end of that road. 40 seconds to go. Is he going to try and pick his ambush point? 30 seconds to go. Is he trying for a draw? Well, this is unusual. Okay, I think he's trying to pick an ambush point on this road. Again, he overcorrected there. Okay, the VK's gone to the other side. 5 seconds left. We haven't got enough time to win the game. So it's going to be a draw. And that's it. It's all over. Well, here's the end of battle stats. That was an ace tanker game for Htomptid in the M56 Scorpion. But it wasn't just any old game. That was a third mark of excellence game for him as well. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle. Got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. He got a Radley Walters medal for getting at least 8 kills. That KV-1 was his 8th kill. And a Pascucci's medal for killing both enemy Artys, the SPG, the GW Panther, and then the 105 FH-18B2. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and because he got so many resets, he actually ended up with a Defender medal as well, and he missed out on getting a Scout medal by just 2 tanks. Yes, he got 7 spots in that game because he was right out at the front trying to spot the enemy as they were going towards the cap area. His win rate in that game, 23,143, which is super unicum and a lot more. But sadly, no victory in the game. He only had 2 heat rounds left at the end anyway. And I doubt that he would have been able to take down the VK3001H with those 2 rounds. And he stood a very good chance of being taken out himself because that VK did manage to get quite a few rounds into him right at the end of the game. And the problem there is, of course, there's no armor. As I said, 1 millimeter of armor thick that any shot that the VK fired is more than likely going to hit target. And he was getting accurate and stripping away Htomptid's hit points very rapidly. He had 1 shot left at the end of that game. So if he had tried to engage the VK, very good chance that it would have ended up being a loss instead. Anyway, let's have a look at team score. Well, who got the highest damage? Htomptid did. He managed to get 5,050 hit points of damage. Second highest was the Giro, who only got 1,616. Third highest was the Super Hellcat on the enemy team with 1,428. So he was by far the biggest scorer in the game. Second highest on the on the second column, rather, the number of kills. Htomptid managed to get 8. The nearest player to him got half as much, and that was the Giro, got 4. 2 kills went to the Type 58 on our own team, and the Super Hellcat, Tiger P, and the Fifi on the enemy team managed to get 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, oh yes, he's streets ahead of everyone else. 1,232, the only player to get over 1,000 base, which you'd expect considering the amount of damage he did in that game. The next highest scorer being the Giro on the enemy team with 569, followed by the Type 58 on his own team with 484. He fired 38 rounds in the game, 26 direct hits and 25 penetrations, 5,050 hit points of damage, of which 1,543 were at more than 300 meters. Unfortunately, because it's low-powered, a low-pressure 90mm, it's not as good at long range as it is at close range. Much better as an ambush tank than as a hunting tank, so to speak. But yes, he did manage to get some shots on target. But as you saw, he had tremendous difficulty for a while with that Giro until the Giro made the mistake of trying to move forwards to get a better angle. And then, of course, he blew his reticule and made it easier for Htomptid to get the shots on target. But he didn't get the kill on the Giro. The Giro got wiped out by the KV-1 on the corner at that point. And he got the KV-1 as well because, of course, he set fire to him. He received 5 hits from the enemy. All 5 were penetrations, and most of those came from the VK, I'm afraid. He was getting too accurate. 7 enemy vehicles were spotted, 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 8 were killed, and 233 hit points of damage resistance, plus 100 defense points when he actually reset it so many times. I think he probably got 200 or 300 defense points here, but it'll only show 100. On that game, he made a profit, even though he fired premium rounds. 43,034 credits from the game. And he also picked up 3,456 experience points as well. Because it was a drawn game, he got the Courageous Resistance Award on both credits and XP. Because, of course, he got epic medals and battle hero medals in a losing or drawn game. So, very good game by Htomptid. Sad that it turned out to be a draw. but that was the best he could do under the circumstances. He did have a brief moment where he might have been able to get a shot into that VK as he crossed the road, but he just wasn't ready in time. And yeah, again, I think that was partially down to the fact that he was overcorrecting on that corner, trying to get the best angle, not exposing too much in the way of armor. He might have just been better if he just exposed himself fully and sitting on the corner, and then he would have been ready and waiting when the guy did cross the road. But instead, he was hoping he could set himself up so he could have a slug out with that VK right at the other end. And it just didn't work out like that. If he tried to go back to the other corner on the road nearer the square, he probably would have been taken out if he tried to go back there, because I think that guy was ready and waiting for him. But it just didn't work out that way. So sad that it did end up being a draw, but a very good game there by Htomptid in a very difficult vehicle to play, the M56 Scorpion. Yes, I've seen or remember when it first came out that Quickie Baby thought that it was a bit of fun, until of course he realized that although it does have good camo, the moment it's spotted, and it does get spotted very quickly, once it's spotted, it has to run away and scurry away as quickly as it can, because if it is spotted, it's very, very vulnerable because no armor. So there you go. So well done to Htomptid. Third mark of excellence. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.